Hello, Gemini. Welcome to a timeless wave of love reading where we discuss however the topic of love would like to have the conversation via one of the two sister energies that I interpret, which on this channel belongs to Bastet. To get to her sister energies of Segment, the description box below will have some links available for you in order to do that, or also just traveling between the content that I have spread out between the two. You will also gain access in some way or another via the description box or the bio to get to my newly launched website that I have made available, where you can gain some more information as to who I am 7th, as well as book any services should you be interested in doing so. Remember, what brings you here is in true form. However, you are affiliated to the sign of Gemini or the latter. Just know that you've tapped into a collective reading that I, 7th, am holding at this time, and this is not a personal one-to-one connection that you and I have made time for. So it's important that you take your discernment and travel the reading, taking all the things you enjoy or resonate with, and leave anything behind with me that may not have been to your liking or that didn't resonate. Remember that feminine and masculine energies within a reading are non-gender specific. However, femininity has both feminine and masculine energies, and masculinity has also feminine and masculine energies. All right, onto your wave of love reading, however the conversation would like to take place and your association with it. Again, I am 7th, aka Master 7th, that reads these energies. Okay, I am a master healer that provides remote wellness alignments and tarot intuitive insights such as this. All right, let's get into your reading. Okay. You're coming across as someone who is stuck. Yet you're also busy, but busy not necessarily too much on the concern of material aspects of the third dimension, but other dimensions, other understandings of vibrations that show up also in the third dimension. To accept even in just a logical vibration of verbiage. If we're to accept, this is philosophical, okay? If you were to accept that there is a third dimension, you can say that something is of third dimensional quality. Then logic has it that 3 is within a sequence, at least. It's not the first, it's not the second, it is the third. It's not the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, and so on. However, it could imply, if we make an assumption, that we can hypothesize, say the word, that there's something before it and possibly thereafter. And that philosophical thinking can resort into so many niches, and in certain niches remain a mystery, unsolvable, I'm hearing, and in other niches you get your facts. So I wonder if the facts are in what becomes before the third, before the second, before the first, and the unsolvable behind what may come after the third, the 4th, the 5th, and the latter. That stretching of a possible inquiry has a strange groundedness to it, of possibility, let's label it that. Yet it offers a resonancy at the slightest, and that feeling may be uncomfortable, yet it feels vulnerable. It feels raw. It feels like a force wanting to match up with you. A force you feel weighted towards and with, but you're not in harm's way. It's not harming fear. It's grounded. It feels secure. It feels tangible. Although it's stemmed, this whole conversation, this whole possibility of thinking, of feeling, of searching, is imbued with hearing several words, and the trigger word was philosophy. To make a science out of things requires a lot. And all the things that it requires is a form of matter. We can politicize this and say that lives matter. And you will philosophize it with a terminology that feels grounded, feels tangible, offers inclusivity, offers authenticity, offers a version of foreseeable transparency. Yet the landing zone, brutal. That acknowledgement of both sides of a fucking coin is then the irony that this is like the Two of Pentacles, right? Is the foreseeable choices that we have, where you can come up to any reading, go to any reader, go to a neighbor, go to your cousin, go to your parents, go to your stranger, your stepmom, your someone else, your anyone, pretty much anything, and be inundated with two, according to this reading, very extremely different aspects that are of the same fucking coin. Huh. One of that being the side of before the three, and the other behind the three. Both are part of the conversation. Both are tangible and being valuable to be part of the ethical question. And the morality comes with perception. However, you're wise and mature to accept such possibility. And all that is then cognitive dissonance. What? Fuck. Page of Wands. Whose reading is this? What? Okay. Something just like clicked, right? High Priestess. Going that extreme, clicked. And now you're like ready to talk about it. Now you're ready to be about it. Now you're ready to explore. Now you're accepting of the multiple different ways. Three of Swords. Look at that. It's almost an irony that I'm laughing, right? I'm laughing at the I'm finding it comical that the Three of Swords is here. Look at that, how comical this is with their judgment. It's intrusive. It's a blow. It's a slap in the face. Yet, something so comforting about that release. Something so comforting about that release. The irony, the contradictions, saying these words and showing you a value that's like, wait a minute. Let me lean in closer. What are you saying? Do you know what you're talking about? And that little snicker is more or less the energies of Judgment and the High Priestess. We're going to find out. pain brings you here. It's a wave of love. A wave is deep or shallow. It's still fucking part of the most likely the same goddamn ocean. So, how they share each other. Wow. Going on for the ride. Oh, strap up your bootstraps. Damn. You've been desiring to be part of something for a long time. Look at that, Four of Cups here. You've been contemplating how to channel in and vessel, how to take control of a vastness and bring it down to a groundedness, right? But there was a reason why all this exposure of vulnerability and authenticity was as cathartic and strange as it has been, as the 3 cards suggested in the beginning of the reading, right? And the 6 of Wands here just came out letting you know that all the control that you have right in front of the 7 of Wands, where you have this control, is the 6 of Wands, the movement, the flow. The fortitude of knowing that this is also part of the, this is part of, this is part of the wave. The Emperor here with the 10 of Wands, 4 of Pentacles, and the 9 of Wands. You're really stuck in feeling being part of a single molecule of a wave and knowing the whole entire intellect about that. And you then standing up within that masses and showing up and feeling grounded to do so. That's incredible. The bottom of the deck, we have the Star card. Yes, this vulnerability is worth it. Fuck yeah. So, wherever this answering of the energy is stuck within you, where the pain resides, use that, the intelligence of that feedback, to get up and move forward. Okay, because there's intelligence wrapped around in front of it, logically, that you might find out, might know, might have evidence for, are provable, and then there's energies possibly behind that. That is. Whether it is or isn't, it still is. So may that be the force of the knowns, the known knows, and the unknown knows as well. That you have a safety netting wrapped around you to explore. Nice. That being said, I'm wishing you a wonderful morning, noon, or night, wherever you are in the ether of this time and space, and may you keep flowing, growing, and glowing. Take care.